Welcome to the Heal and Transform podcast with your host, Andrew Ramsden. Andrew finds top experts to pick their brains about what coaches, therapists, and other complementary practitioners can do to level up and amplify the work so we can heal and transform the world together.
G'day everyone, thank you for joining me. My name is Andrew Ramsden, and I want to welcome you to the very first episode of the Heal and Transform podcast. Now, I'm super excited about this because I really see this podcast as a platform for us coaches, therapists, healers, and other complementary medicine practitioners to really come together and talk about what's going on for us. So what are the challenges that we're facing, and what are the strategies and the tactics and the tools that we can use right now to amplify what we do? And it'll also be about celebrating our wins and our successes. This is about celebrating the work. And I've got to tell you, I've had such fantastic experiences with the work myself, and I want to share some of those with you today. So in one sense, this episode is going to be a bit different to the ones that will follow. In most episodes, I'm going to have an expert guest on with me, and we'll be discussing a topic together. Or I'll be picking their brain about their insights and their wisdom that we can use right now in our business to level up what we're doing, improve our practice, or help us expand our reach and bring more people on the journey. Essentially, how do we attract more clients into you? So as I say, this episode's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be me introducing myself and my story and why I'm doing this. And it should give you a bit of a sense as to what you can expect from the show going forwards. Now, I'm not your typical coach, therapist, or healer. I actually focus on helping other practitioners to set up their online technology and to get the most out of it. And I do that through training and mentoring programs, but I also have done for you services. So whether that's setting up your online presence and your website, or a learning management system, or a client management portal. Or it could be about publishing content for you and helping to maintain your online tools. Or even helping you write and develop your content to then publish online or on social media. And often it's about helping other practitioners to develop their unique intellectual property into online training materials so that you can leverage yourself and your time better and reach more people with less effort. And I gotta say, I really love doing that work because I get to sit down and talk to you about what you love to do and what you're passionate about and the way you think about it and your unique IP about how you help others and help them be the best that they can be. And I find that really exciting. Now, my background is in digital transformation. What does that even mean? Well, it means I led and delivered online technology changes for large organizations to the point where I was leading really large-scale programs of transformation across government agencies here in Australia. But I started out my career working in small business and helping them grow using technology. And in recent years, through the work that I've been doing in my own business, I've had the pleasure of returning back to my roots, working with and mentoring other small businesses and coaches, therapists, and healers in that space, to the point that I'm now recognized in the startup and small business space as an expert in the use of technology and growing and scaling up businesses. So for example, in 2018, I was selected to be the Small Business and Technology Expert Advisor as part of Advanced Queensland's Innovation Incubator program called TWIG. I also often get asked to speak at technology and marketing conferences. In fact, I'm speaking at a marketing conference coming up in early February in Brisbane, in case you want to come along and check it out. It should be a lot of fun. But all of this started a really long time ago for me. So if you'll indulge me, I'd like to share a bit of my story. For as long as I can remember, I've been deeply drawn to two things: technology and helping people. I remember from a really young age being fascinated by my best friend Adam and his XT computer, which was world class at the time, I assure you. For those computer geeks out there, I think it had 64 kilobytes of RAM and no onboard hard drive, so very limited capacity. But this was the really early days of personal computing, and it was really cool at the time, and I really loved it. I'm forever grateful for what Adam taught me about programming computers to do calculations, and we would build simple games and then we would play them together. But when it comes to my desire to help others, I think I can primarily thank my parents. So they really modeled this for me at an early age, and they always sacrificed a lot for us. So I was one of five, the eldest of five siblings, 5 children. And my parents gave a lot of themselves to their friends, to us as family and extended family, and to community groups that we were a part of. They also instilled in me a sense of what's right and what's fair and what's good in the world. And this became an innate drive within me to make a positive impact in the world. But I got to be honest, for most of my life, I just didn't know how. For many years, this desire, this drive, this dream, it just seemed out of reach. It was just too hard. And there was a little voice inside of me that said, why bother? You're not up to this. You can't do this. This is bigger than you. It's too hard. It's too scary. What if you failed? What if you succeeded? What would other people think of you for having such a big vision? Who are you to even have a big vision? I felt like it was better to keep my sights small and keep my sights low, and just to focus on the day-to-day survival and the hedonistic treadmill. This is where we get stuck in consumerism, and we're just looking for the next thrill, the next stimulation. We're just looking for, it could be excitement, it could be food, it could be drinking, it could be going out partying and having fun, the next adventure. Now, don't get me wrong. My work always aligned with the greater good, and I made sure of that. For example, when I was working in government, I really loved that I knew that this was helping the citizens and society and making a difference, making things better for the society as a whole. And I pushed myself very, very hard to make a positive impact through that career. But at the same time, I mostly just felt defeated and crushed by the big problems that I knew were out there brewing in the world or already very much in motion. And I was just striving and pushing so hard while carrying all of this fear and all of these limiting beliefs and emotional baggage and self-doubt and anxiety. And it really took its toll on my health, so both physically and mentally and spiritually. And in 2014, this culminated with me burning out completely. And eventually I was diagnosed with adrenal insufficiency or adrenal burnout. My mental and emotional state had finally caught up with my body. It's only over the past 8 years or so that I became aware of this community of coaches, therapists and healers in Australia and around the world, and the incredible work that they do in healing and transforming people's lives. This is the incredible work that you do. But I got to admit, I was really skeptical at first. If it wasn't scientifically proven, then I just wasn't open to it. And I know a lot of people who really struggle with this still. But over time, I realized how limiting this mindset really is. And I now believe if it works, then it's useful. And if it's useful, then use it. So I came up with this mantra of valuing and focusing on what's useful over what's correct. And I kept applying this in my life time and time again. So even if it can't be proven to be correct, then it might still be useful. And that's really more important to focus on. And this really opened me up to explore a whole new world of possibilities. And it helped me to try out all the different modalities that I previously thought, if I'm being honest, might have just been a bit plain mad. So from yoga to mindfulness and meditation, to chiropractic and kinesiology, to naturopathy and homeopathy, to traditional Chinese medicine and acupuncture, therapy, coaching, NLP, bodywork, body psychotherapy, core energetics, Reiki. and even to exploring my own spirituality, just to list a few, or just to list quite a few. And I used all of these and experimented on myself, and I kept what worked for me and I kept on moving. In fact, I've spent over $100,000 in the last 3 years alone on personal development. So I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on personal development so far. But I got to tell you, it was worth every cent, because what a huge positive impact it's had on my life and for me. It's taken some time. As I say, it's happened over 5 to 8 years, and it's happened really gradually in layers, but from my physical health and energy levels, resolving my adrenal insufficiency, to my confidence and my ability to feel relaxed and connect with people both professionally and personally, and my level of comfort in getting my energy out there to connect more broadly online, and all the way to my motivation and success in business. Now, this personal development journey has impacted every aspect of my life in incredibly positive ways. So I'm now pleased to say I am a true believer. I believe in the work. I believe in the community of coaches, therapists, and healers, and other complementary medicine practitioners, and the amazing work that you do. And I'm incredibly grateful to all of you for devoting your life to doing this work, because I think it helps so many people in such amazing ways. I have to give extra special thanks to those who've helped me personally transform my life, and I'll link to more information about that in the show notes. But as a result of this transformation, I am now on a mission to pay this gift that's been given to me forward to others, a mission to heal and transform the world. I no longer feel paralyzed by fear or self-doubt, or those little nagging voices that say that you're not good enough or you can't do this. I feel empowered. I'm no longer stuck in the day-to-day cycle. I've been unleashed. And I feel like I'm ready to help tackle the big problems that are facing the world. So how do we do this? Well, look, I believe if we can get enough people to raise their sights up from that day-to-day fear and struggle, we're going to reach a critical mass of conscious humanity, and then it all changes. But I know I can't do this alone. That's why I need your help. That's why I'm reaching out here and through the other things that I'm doing. I've been reaching out to and talking to coaches, therapists, and healers in my network about why they do what they do and the challenges that they're facing and how they've overcome them. And I'm going to be releasing a report around this soon. But at a high level, the good news is our visions are all pretty much aligned. We do this to help heal and transform the world, one person or group of people at a time. And that's why this podcast is called the Heal and Transform Podcast. The other thing I've learned through this research is the main challenge that practitioners face is finding enough quality clients who are ready to do the work, or take them on that journey so that they're ready to do the work. And the main blocker that they're facing is navigating all of the tools and technology that they need to really step up, leverage themselves and their time better, and achieve a greater impact. Now, I don't consider myself an expert in healing and transforming the world, but I am a leader and a technologist, and I believe that together we can make this happen. So for now, there are 3 ways that I will support this vision and the community. Number 1, by using technology to enable and empower coaches, therapists, and other practitioners to amplify what they do and expand their positive impact in the world. Number 2, by building a community of like-minded conscious leaders so we can work out together innovative ways to leverage our talents and, in the spirit of abundance, to expand our positive impact. So more to come on that and how to get involved in future communication from me. And number 3, by using this podcast and other free tools and resources that I'll put out there to help coaches, therapists, healers, and practitioners get that extra inspiration and support and ideas and tactics that you need to take your calling and your unique gifts and your business to the next level. Okay, that's all for now. As you can see, I'm really excited about this. It's going to be really cool. More episodes to follow soon. In fact, there's one coming out live on Friday morning, so check it out. And let me know what you think of this idea. Leave a comment, shoot me a message. I'd love to hear from you, your feedback, any ideas that you have for how we can do this together. Let's level up human consciousness and heal and transform the world, because together we can make this a reality.
That was the Heal and Transform podcast with Andrew Ramsden. If you enjoyed the episode or found it valuable, ask yourself, who else do you know who would benefit from it? Pass it on or send them to healandtransform.org/podcast. And until next time, remember, to make a bigger positive impact, we need to leverage ourselves, tap into the right technology, and collaborate, because we can only heal and transform the world together.